All right. A lot of conversation around things happening in AI, agentic AI or AI agents. Basically, you know, AI's tools and systems that can do processes and tasks and things like that. Like it's a big deal right now. Has been coming down the pike for a minute, but and when I say a minute, it's like the past year. So it's not really that much time, but I think AI has a interesting, think layout and format when it comes to time frames. It's kind of like almost like dog years, right? Or and we're like we multiply it by some multiple in terms of the actual timing, right? Like a dog is it was times seven. So same thing here. Um, but uh, I talked about my AI personal assistant, Rick, my agent, which has recently been leveled up because there is more potential and possibility within the interface to do different tasks, scheduling and stuff like that. So I'm still messing around with a lot of those, but it's great because for anybody who runs any type of brand or business, or you want to interface with people, but you can't necessarily, of course, talk to everybody all at one time, or more than one person at once, unless you're doing some type of group thing. But you want people to have access to your experience, your background, and basically have something that is essentially an expert on you. That's what the focus of this is, and it, of course, can be your brand or your business or whatever. You can train it on your website, resume, all that type of stuff. And even with these kind of conversation starters or kind of like pre prompts, I guess if you will, you can train and create the desired responses for these, right? So for booking a call, for working with you, and these can be kind of whatever you want, essentially. But I'll just click one. Question is of, how can basically can I help you, right? And then of course here, you can input your information. You can follow up, so on and so forth, set up calls. Speaking of which, there is a setup an option for you to have a calendar embedded directly here. I don't have mine necessarily directly in this setup for Rick, but I click book a call. It will go ahead and give me information, but then also give me a link directly to that option, right? Which would be my calendar. So get scheduled there. One of which is a kind of free, uh, more of a connection call for building network and potentially working on projects together. And then the other is a one-to-one, kind of pick your brain consultation, which is fee-based. So naturally, people get paid for your time and offering solutions, etc. So you can do that. And then as far as like being able to work with, there is another option too where you can actually go ahead and click here and access a form, which it goes a little bit more in depth than some of the other pieces here, which kind of lays out, you know, this is what I'm planning to do, this type of uh, project, or the roadmap, even timelines and stuff like that. So you can add all of that type of information there. Budgetary allocations for broader scope, things that are going to be over the course of some time. But then you can even just ask even more, not necessarily general questions. It's all of how you train it. I mean, it can be open to give advice, but it's still going to reframe and reposition with you or your business or your brand in mind. So I'll just go ahead and add in, I want to create my own version of Rick. Right. So the layout, basically, how you can go about doing that if you want to take those steps. And then even from here, again, it can help you out, right? There's a consultation form which I can help you, right? Or I can do this for you, essentially create one of these. as another form of working together, another offering that's available. But just giving a quick breakdown of some of this, and then you can also add in, it can be helpful, offer tips. I'll just do one last thing. I am an educator. I've supported a lot of educators in their career. Um, Pivoting from the classroom, I want to know what else I can do. Okay, and then, give you some potential things, some ideas, um, recommendations, but then also, again, kicking you back to the stuff that I can offer you, how I can help you, even, the AI for Transitioning Teachers book, which is just essentially a book that maps out the I guess the pathway trajectory that can be taken to make that shift and pivot, but then also has a chatbot embedded in it that is more of like a career coach. So you don't necessarily have to pay anybody. I mean, you can if you want, but that's available to kind of start. And then there are 100 prompts to actually help to use that chatbot that you can basically copy and paste and ask. That kind of setup, and you can get more in-depth support. So hopefully this is helpful for somebody. Definitely check out Rick. And then if I can help you with your own personal AI agent or your own bot, reach out, let me know. Peace.